When Jeff from Classics World was given this 1997 Toyota Avensis as a project car, he felt a bit stitched up. But could he smarten up this downhill rep special on a budget? And would he learn to like it?
Taxi for a Jeff?
Oh mate, what?
Beginning of a bright new era for British car manufacturing. See how positive I am about this. Designed, especially for Europe, designed to be built in the Derbyshire factory for Toyota, exported from Britain.
Okay, it is an early one.
2 litre,
I mean, it must be a bona fide classic.
CDX wood, leather, working aircon, double din Sony extra bass.
Ooh.
Alloy wheels, fogs, as you can see.
How many has it been to the moon?
Mini cabs do a lot of miles, Jeff, you'll be all right.
Yeah, is it actually
122. You're fine. Barely running for a Toyota.
Okay, so it doesn't say Hackney Carriage on the bumper. I suppose that's something. Okay.
It's clean in here, Jeff, I'll tell you what, mate.
A lot of history
It's
with
tidy.
it. Proper history, servicing history, I mean.
Well, yeah, okay.
Opening storage boxes in the door, look.
Oh, there's a reason for buying one.
You know, like, I'm going to be honest with you, my pulse is racing.
Privacy glass, no one can see your business.
Sunroof.
Just as well, has it got privacy glass in the front as well?
Tilt and slide glass roof and air conditioning. You don't get that.
Okay.
You've got a Michelin on the back here.
You got a Michelin on this side as well.
What's that?
Perfect for the rear wheel
What's
drive.
the front one?
That's a Ginu.
Oh, excellent. There's a hole in that headlight.
I've already priced up a headlight for you, Jeff, 34 quid. Should be delivered to your house.
My other half will be absolutely delighted when that arrives. It's got nice mats.
Yep.
Very nice mats.
It's got a CD player.
One thing's for sure, you're not short of storage space in an Avensis.
No, very practical.
You know that guy on A to Z of modern motoring when he went home to his wife and sobbed? That might be me. Sometimes I wonder how I've done so well in life, because I've been the custodian of this Avensis for nearly 36 hours. The temperature gauge has not moved from being bang in the centre. Today I decided to clean out my mum's garage as she's moving house. All the stuff you see behind me, possibly, well, that's the entire contents of several project cars not really started, not really finished. But it's all in here, and it's just swallowed it. And it's really nicely appointed in here. You've got leather door cards, leather seats. I didn't want to like this car, but I do like it. Does everything it should. Unremarkable, but really, really not bad at all. The big issue is the tracking. This car basically wants to pull you into the hedge, a wall, or someone's front garden. We really need to get that sorted out. To assess our car's geometry, we're having it checked on a fancy 4-wheel laser alignment machine, so on goes the necessary hardware. The steering wheel is also centred before any adjustment takes place. Initial measurements showed that our car was not too bad, but slightly out of tolerance. We had feared something might be amiss under the car, but everything looks okay at the rear, and it's a similar story at the front end. The technician adjusts the tracking at the front to get everything back in tolerance. Amazingly, nothing was seized, so the adjustments were straightforward. Not perfect, but well within tolerance. In any case, the alignment was never so far out as to explain the violent pull to the left, so we checked the front tyres next. That is absolutely appalling, isn't it?
Clearly some fresh rubber was in order, so we went for a pair of Falcons to replace the old tyres, which were cheap budget items. The old tyres weren't very old, but as you can see, they were completely out of shape. There really is more to a tyre's health than just tread depth.
On the open road, and yeah, let go and things are much better. It wasn't exactly a 2-minute job, but it's made no end of difference to this car. I now feel confident driving it a long distance, so maybe it might be time to smarten it up a little bit as well.
So the two main cosmetic jobs I want to tackle on the Avensis are the unsightly bumpers. As you can see, this one's had quite a bad repair. It's been painted over and there was obviously some damage here. And I'd also like to replace this headlight, which has a hole in it. But we'll start with the bumpers first. Now to do this, using this handy bumper repair kit, I'll hopefully fill this area here and then be able to smooth it out and give it a coat of paint. Just give it a quick going over with a Scotch pad. This is a coarse one, but I'll use a fine one as well. Quick wipe over with a solvent wipe. We've mixed up our little sachet of bumper filler with the hardener. I've got to apply it to the bumper, and I don't like doing filler because I always make a mess of it, so let's see if I can do this neatly. So I've left the filler to dry for about half an hour, just quickly gone over it with sandpaper, realised I didn't have a sanding block. I'm improvising with a piece of wood and some wet and dry paper, and now I'm just going to use this to shape this as best I can. I did say it wasn't a concours car. There'll probably be a few depressions that I'll need to put a second coat of filler in. The bumper's now filled, put a few applications in, smoothed it off until I'm happy with it, then a little bit more, smoothed it off till I was happy with it, and now we're approaching the right shape. It's never going to be perfect because the bumper wasn't perfect to start with, but now it's ready for a little bit of primer. Masked everything up using a top quality classic car newspaper. Primer on this area, just a few quick coats. With our primer dry, I'm just going to get a tack cloth just to get rid of any contaminants or dust or anything like that. And so here is our bumper paint, flexible vinyl paint, dark grey. It's got the door open just to make sure it's nice and ventilated in here. Light coats just to build up the colour. Well, it's fair to say that that didn't really go to plan. The dark grey is quite a light grey, and in some areas almost brown. I've been back and I've bought some black instead, which is really the only other option available to me, and hopefully that will look better. Now fortunately the back proved to be a lot more straightforward than the front, with no filling required. It was just a quick rub down and a coat of paint. There's a few little ripples in it, but the black covers up a multitude of sins, and now it can be unmasked. Our bumper is all painted and looking much better, but we still need to replace this headlight, which has some damage here, some kind of bullet hole. So I just need to get this one out. Now, there's a couple of fixings in the top here, which I've already taken out. There's one here, I'll just wind out from there, and the other one concealed behind this indicator unit, which I've already removed. Not the easiest thing to get out of the way, but it does give you access. The headlight unit is now free from the car, so I've just got to disconnect the wiring, and there we go. Found I had a dodgy side light bulb, so I've just swapped that over and now that's working. Refitting is the reversal of removal, as they say. So I've just got to put two fixings in the top, put this trim piece back at the bottom with the fixing on either side, and then put the indicators back in. Indicators back in, trim's back on, all the wiring's in, the grill's back on, should be good. We may need to adjust the beam alignment, but we'll get our local garage to sort that. All looks good to me, so happy days.
A few weeks later, Jeff reflected on his time with the Avensis, but had he come round to it?
I really wasn't keen on this car when Paul first unveiled it down at the Kent office. How was I going to bond with a Toyota Avensis? I mean, a classic car, come on. But I have now covered probably 1,500 miles in this thing, and it's just not put a foot wrong. It's just a nice, relaxing place to be. An automatic, so you can just sit in traffic, car doesn't get hot. It's had a little bit of neglect in the past couple of years, and just by doing the simplest of jobs, we've been able to help that.
Now, the Avensis might be some way from being a traditional classic, but there's a lot to like about it. The comfortable, relaxing drive, the massive practicality, and unimpeachable reliability make it a great all-rounder, and I've surprised myself with just how much I enjoy driving it.
Geek. Am I becoming an Avensis enthusiast? Is this how obscure owners clubs start? Maybe there is an Avensis owners club. Perhaps I should look it up.
It's not the most exciting car out there, but despite our shaky start together, I've grown rather fond of the Avensis over the past few months.
Wow, that's quite a turnaround.